eviction has impacts that last far beyond the dispossession itself. It sets people up to continue to fail.
It says it all, the roof over one's head. If you don't have that, your life can so quickly be in shambles.
I was born and raised in the Bronx. I served in the Navy from June 2001 to June 2005. When I got back, I had to basically start all over again. One bedroom's for the boys, and I have one bedroom for my daughter, and me, I sleep in the living room because this is their house. This is not my house, this is my kids' home. This is for them. I got a paper in the mail stating I had to go to court. Supposedly, I have got terminated from my Section 8.
Monica's case was in housing court. Once she lost her job, her income went down pretty significantly. She reported that income change to the city agency, but they hadn't made the change yet. So as a result, she fell behind in her rent. So I said, you need a lawyer in housing court.
That was a special time period because everything just kept piling up. I wasn't working, I was pregnant, and then I had to turn around and go to court for somebody trying to take your home from you.
First impression of housing court, it was Brooklyn Housing Court where I practice now, and it's 3 floors that are full of people yelling at each other in the hallways. 90% of petitioners in housing court, which are the landlords, are represented by attorneys, and about 10% of tenants are represented by attorneys.
I don't think my kids would have, done so well if we were separated or someplace else. I'm just grateful for Kevin, that's my lawyer, for him to even help me and take on the case, because if I didn't have a lawyer, I would be on the street.
I was born at on East 86th Street. I then went to live on 11th Street, after the Army to 14th Street, and then 15th Street, and now 16th Street. So I know the village very well. I've been all over the world many, many times, and that's where a lot of this garbage that I have in the apartment, I acquired it from 1951 to 1953, I was stationed in Munich. Theoretically, we were catching Russian spies in those days.
I've known Malcolm for about 30 years since I moved into the building. He reached out to me last summer. I got a phone call from him saying that he had just paid 3 months' rent through September, and that he had no money left, and he didn't know what to do. So neither did I.
Because of the 3 round-the-clock nurses and the medicines and everything, in less than a year and a half, I went from being a millionaire to owing the bank $62. So at that point, I realized I was in big trouble.
We had a neighbor in the apartment right underneath Malcolm's who died, and we didn't find him for 4 weeks. And he was also a vet. And he had no family. I mean, nobody knew to knock on his door. And then all of a sudden it's happening to Malcolm, and I said, you can't let this stuff happen. It really wasn't until David Falcon came on the scene, I finally found somebody who sort of knew what they were doing. Who said, this is what's gonna happen, this is what we're gonna do, this is the benefits we can get him. Right now, we're in a stable position, getting him enough veterans benefits and stuff that he's got enough money to live.
I really believe that I'll be able to stay. I really think so. I've had a very good life. I'm very happy, very lucky.
I think that if we hadn't stepped in when we did, he would have probably been evicted. I don't have any kids. I could be in the same boat, and hopefully somebody will be around to help me out.
Lawyering is about helping people to lead decent, meaningful lives where they can contribute to society.
Crecí en el país de El Salvador. Tengo 31 años de estar en Norteamérica.
In Long Island, foreclosure rescue scams are very common, particularly in the Hispanic community, where it's scary and difficult to access legal services if you don't speak English.
Fue que ellos me enviaron, fueron 2 cartas, 3 cartas, haciendo unas promesas bien estupendas, que ellos podían reducirme el pagaré. Había veces que yo perdía de trabajar para ir donde ellos. Y yo iba allá, no me tomaban importancia.
People who don't speak very good English are told these great promises that their mortgage payments will be reduced, and then they're just told to sign contracts in English and pay a bunch of money, and nothing ever happens.
Para mí fue difícil en ese entonces, porque estaba perdiendo algo. Entonces fue que yo caí en depresión, que tuve que parar en el hospital. Yo sentí algo diferente, que era realidad lo que estaba haciendo. Estoy pagando a tiempo el pagaré de la casa para sentirme yo, dormir tranquilo, levantarme bien, me siento feliz. Para nosotros, pues cualquier familia, tener su casa es lo principal.
Justice should not be only for those people who have large amounts of money. Everyone loses when people don't get the legal representation that they deserve. That's what filling the justice gap is all about. And that's the work that NYLAG does every day of the week. And we're very proud of the particular young people who demonstrate day in and day out that being a lawyer is a noble profession.